What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, I'm headed back to the summit in these most embarrassing shoes. I left my shoes at home. I had the conference first, and I had to leave from the conference and go straight to the airport. You know what I'm saying? Boss things. I'm really excited. But yeah, the girl's still here catching flights to get back to her second job, because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I do work with two separate research groups right now. So that's what this is all about. I finished up the research group at Penn State. I actually have some more stuff that's outstanding, so I still work for them, still on the payroll. You know how it go. But for the most part, we had that conference coming up. So headed back to the summit, just showing you guys a couple of scenery of everything, and how it looks to just kind of, go through two separate scenic views. For me, it's definitely the conference was in DC off Northwest. So you go to this city urban view, and then you're ultimately hit with, more suburbs. I'm from the suburbs, so kind of sort of like home. But then again, I will always tell people when I'm out there, I know what home is. I know what home is to me, especially when I don't see a lot of me out there. Like, my suburbs don't look like this. So, yeah. But yeah, so we're just driving through small little towns to get back to the summit, and ultimately this is the day after, because I stay the night over my colleague's house, and then I go to work because we have to be to work by 9 a.m. and it would just be impossible for me because that's that. But there's this building right here that's actually our headquarters, that's down in the valley, where a lot of the people who work, the scientists who work on the ground. So we have people on the ground, then we have people on the summit, and luckily I'm one of the meteorologists that work on the summit and get to endure the weather. But yeah, so we're driving around, seeing all these mountains. It's so fun because you go from seeing them from a higher point of view versus down on the ground. So that's what these next couple clips are about to be, and I'll be back. So now we have entered going up the summit. This is fun too because, like I said, I ran this about a month ago, earlier in June, where it's about 8 miles up. So it does take about, I would say, 10 minutes. With my people, they drive and they're used to driving the auto road, so they get down pretty fast. And we can do it in 15. But definitely people who are scared of heights and scared of just going up, and sometimes on this road, as y'all can see, it's just rocks and you in the mountain, you're literally on the edge, so it is scary. So a lot of people do drive slow, and depending on the weather, if it's a clear day, we can get down faster. However, if we're in the clouds, then yes, we're definitely getting hit with clouds, and we do have to slow down because our visibility is lower. So right now I'm going up. This is fun. By this time, I'm realizing it's setting in that I am moving away from civilization for 8 days straight, which is, it has its pros and its cons, but definitely here for the research aspect. And cloudy days like this is doesn't really affect me because it's still the scenic view of while I'm in a cloud. It looks like you're not really looking at anything, but you're in a cloud. You're in the midst of what a cloud is. It's just particles, it's just water vapor. Nothing really to see. It's cloudy. So that's just a little snippet of that. Headed up to the summit, and then in a few I'll be back to give you guys kind of a small little rundown of some things that I do on the summit when I get there. And yeah. Okay, so this first snippet here is me doing what I would typically do on the day up. Is pretty much kind of putting your bags down and getting settled in. Interns don't have to do much, but I pretty much do the stuff that I'm assigned to. But like I said, I'm doing research, communications, and forecasting here on the summit. So this right here is the day afterwards, and it's the morning of my first day of work. So I get up every morning and do an AMC hut call for hikers or anybody out there who is just wanting to do outdoor activities, I would say, from hiking, skiing, snow tubing. I mean, we don't have any snow on the summit now, but there is trail running that people actually have interest to do. So I'm right now at 7 a.m. approximately giving a radio call out to tell them the conditions and pretty much just giving them a forewarning about how dangerous it is if it be. And yeah, I'm letting them know if it's like slippery rocks to be mindful of, high gusts, anything that they need to be prepared for, whatever they need to pack for when they go hiking, which is truly like crazy to me because, like I said, this is nothing that I do and nothing that I'm familiar with. However, knowing the daily precautions that this could take about a simple call in the morning, it is kind of like, wow, okay. Not something I'm used to, however, something that means like it's very important. So, I'm getting on the radio, letting people know, hey, there's a low pressure system, thunderstorms, and when you're in the cloud, lightning strikes, it's not like we're on the ground. So, I am like informing people about that early in the morning. Whoever's getting up to like begin their day, they're listening on the other side. I've had people from different huts kind of come down and say, hey, we heard you earlier. People are listening to this, which I really appreciate because I'm like, I hope I'm not doing this for no reason. But I'm just being informative and letting people know ahead of time what to pack and what to be prepared for as they go outdoors and go across the mountains. Yeah, I'm sorry if I made any of these videos too long, solely because I'm just working on my time and stuff. I want to do it shorter, but definitely for the audio for this, I had to sit down for about 15 minutes straight and actually tell people this weather. So don't mind me. We can skip through the video and head to the next one. That is no problem. But yeah, I have more stuff to talk about other than sitting behind this and just talking about how I'm informing people of the weather. Okay, so now I'm at my desk. Like I told y'all, most of the time I'm doing other things. So like research, responding to emails. Unfortunately, because of the demand I have, it could be emails from all across the board, grad school, the work here, and or the research team I'm working with. But checking emails, making sure that I'm working on the research here that I'm doing, and anything that my boss really gives me to do. I posted a video the other day on Instagram, which consisted of a haze chart where I was just finding high wind speeds. Also, too, which I love, is sometimes I can just spend time walking around familiarizing myself with the summit. That too counts as work because I'm just familiarizing myself with the organization, which I like to do. Two, at my desk, I check other what's actually happening in the weather. I appreciate this because, like I said, I'm an atmospheric scientist, so the stuff that I do is really pertaining to research. However, this job kind of challenges me to keep up with the present day, and that's really hard for me because I do a lot of climate reanalysis and or I study climate, and what exactly is that is 30 years time span, whereas when somebody sits down and says, hey Maya, what's the weather going to be, I actually get to answer that for this because I get to do both, which for the first part of my career, that's actually what I want to do, is kind of know current day and like past and present, so that I'm enough familiarized with enough, and it'll help me gauge my research to know, all right, this is how the weather is now, this is the extremities we have now, so just be mindful of everything and tie everything back into line. To go outside, and like I told y'all, sometimes I just go out and try to explore as much as I can. This is the second time I've been up here, so I'm doing a lot of that exploring and just going to see what is outside where I am, because the first week I came, it was very hard for me to go outside with somebody else, which is probably weird, but like when you're not really familiar with your area, you'll do that, and that's exactly what I did. So here we are, just walking around the obs deck. This is where we do our observations, and we kind of just walk around and see everything and make sure for like cloud coverage, we're listing that in our obs and saying, okay, what clouds do we see? What layer do we see? Where is everything? What storm? What's going on? If it's a storm, we don't go outside, but at least the hour before, we would know what direction it's coming in. As we can see from the obs deck, it's darker on the obs deck. Okay. And that also has its own coordinates that we follow. But for the most part, I'm following around the day observer who's kind of guiding me and leading me into everything so that I'm not saying anything wrong. But as the intern, I do have to get used to just, being wrong. It's all a learning aspect. But yeah. So, like I said, I'm taking you guys just to do a quick little exploration, take pictures, go out, kind of taking all my scenic views outside of being downstairs in the obs room, where if thunderstorms are occurring, we'll stay exactly there. We won't go too far. But, if it's a nice day and there's no lightning, thunder, no thunderstorms around, we do go outside. So, as this being my first week, I'm just walking around, taking in stuff, taking the views, taking the pictures that I'm taking, all the pictures that I upload, unless I credit to somebody, I've taken them myself. I'm getting pictures on my phone and on my camera, so I can have kind of both. And at the end of the day, I want to scrapbook. I'm excited. But yeah, when we get there, I'll do that at the end of this, because this really is something really to remember. Okay, so these next clippings are me going on a hike. I finally ventured out with some volunteers. I felt very comfortable with that. I went for a hike. It wasn't too far. I keep recording like where the summit is because like that's how far I am from. But I got to just do a quick little exploration around the area that I'm kind of residing in, which was fun. And to see all those rocks was definitely like a lot of bugs that I had to get used to. But I was like, oh, okay, this is still fun. Like if you look past the bugs, then it's a-okay. But yeah, just kind of taking in the views where there was times it would go from clearing and we could see like very far, and then it would go back to just clouds everywhere. But this was a really good day for climbing because it was, lack of winds weren't too high, and it was nothing, scary. But yeah. Alright, that's the end of this video of stuff I've just been doing around the summit. Thank you guys for watching. Now I am flying home. Yeah, I love this because it's so, like, I get home in 2 seconds, but it was really quick. I don't want to make these videos too long, so thank you guys for watching once again. Please like and subscribe, and more videos coming out very soon. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Disclaimer, I would say I can get used to flying into work. That is kind of like, ooh. But at the same time, it is exhausting and tiring. Flopping through stuff. Like, thank God I'm not going through time zones, but I will say it does get exhausting. It's fun, it's something to gloat about, but the reality of it all is you're just tossed and turned, and every time you wake up, everything looks different. I met somebody really nice on this flight. This girl who's studying aviation, she's the first year, but I was glad that I was able to, continuously to influence and help people and guide them through their academic studies. Her mother came up and thanked me, so that was a little fun. That was just a little side story. I got a window seat for the free because I don't choose my seats because girls taking flights, but she don't have that much money, okay? So we have that issue. But yeah, I'm just glad I can make an impact and definitely do a difference. Like I said, continue to support. I thank anybody for any support that you guys give me. And I will see you guys in the next video.